Alright, and we're in. So now I'm gonna just fix these. Okay, that should be it.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Make sure that that works. Okay, excellent. So, looks like purple team not in a big hurry to get out to the base. We still got a couple players still lagging behind. Ima Hero immediately moving to the red. Want to make sure that they get that handed off. Or to counter against Nvidia. Yeah, it looks like Hecarim's just probably going to take the blue. Looks like Lee Sin got spotted out. But that's probably not going to matter too much. Slayers gets caught putting down a deep ward. Will take some damage, but no problem. Just go back to heal that off. Taylor Swift fan club, definitely the strong favorite in this matchup, so Ima Hero really has their work cut out for them. They cannot afford any mistakes, especially early in the game. And the new jungle timers, of course, everything will spawn at 155. This is one of the reasons this change was implemented, obviously, is because the blue side would usually get a big advantage because they would already be doing the double golems. And then they'd come to lane with experience and extra gold. But now they can't do that, and they just go to lane like normal. But we'll see how long this lasts. Teams will probably still find ways around it eventually. I know some teams are already starting to experiment. Some teams just still take the double golems anyway. But nonetheless, the lanes will be standard. The two solos and the duel in the bottom. And I actually got the lanes mixed up. It is actually top Nidalee and a mid Kha'Zix. A good choice. Nidalee should be able to match the range of Kennen. Hopefully can match his harass as well. We'll see if Kage no Jigoku goes full AP or if he goes a slightly tankier build. Already the mid's getting very, very low. Orianna already below half, has to chug those pots. And oh wow! Big aggression coming out from Kha'Zix, and it does pay off. He does live, just barely, but he needs to keep running. Lee Sin wants to clean that up, but a very nice aggression by Kha'Zix. Probably caught Orianna off guard with the Flash Ignite. I actually thought that he was gonna die first because he took the extra tower shot, but it worked out. And now he comes back with a double longsword. So that's very, very good for him. He may continue to snowball if Lee Sin doesn't give Orianna some assistance. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Rhymnoceros already choosing to get an early back. Or no, he decides against it, cancels the back, wants to stay in lane, doesn't want to give Nidalee any free experience. Once Nidalee gets to level 6, it's going to be very hard to gank her, going to be very hard to keep the lane pushed up on her. Hecarim coming up, looks like he wants to make something happen. Rhymnoceros starting Doran's Blade, so it is not warded. So let's switch the camera, here we go. Knocks him out, but he might be too far. Well, actually, I think Nidalee might have been able to go on that. And they would have at least probably forced a flash. But no, he doesn't want to. Kage no Jigoku wants to make absolutely sure that he gets all these last hits. It forces Kennen back, so I guess that's okay, but it would have been nice if they could have at least got his flash. And of course, Kennen with the teleport, so The lanes can't get too comfortable. He could pop in at any time. Oh, a little aggression coming out from Ezreal, but poorly chosen. Takes way more damage. Hitting mostly the Janna shield. Looking at the CS though, still pretty even on both sides. Top lanes are even. The only difference in the farm is mainly from the jungler, as we see in mid. Kha'Zix continuing to bully Orianna now that he has the item advantage. Starting to creep up on experience advantage as well. Lee Sin is there in the mid. We'll see if he wants to see if he can try to wait for something, but nope. Not gonna go for it. Hecarim was coming around anyway, so that probably would have ended really bad for them. And as we see, not a whole lot of pressure on Vayne at the moment. She's farming pretty freely. Blue team would be well behooved to try to get a little more pressure on her though. Vayne always traditionally starting out a little bit weaker than most of the AD carries, but does scale way better than most, so. Blue team really needs to take advantage of this window of opportunity in the early game when she's not as strong. Nice tornado catch. That's going to be the third proc. So much damage if you get all those hits on her. And Kha'Zix continuing to play up. He hasn't put, I don't think he's put his ward down yet either, and Lee Sin will take some free damage on that. Hecarim continuing to camp top, not worried about the other lanes. But again, just eating damage for his troubles. And Kha'Zix needs to be careful. He is running a little low on mana. He has no more pots. He might not want to get too cheeky. It's quite possible that Lee Sin could have been there. Again, still hasn't put his ward down on the other side, so just playing. You'll notice that he's playing more towards the side that's warded. It's a lot safer. And taking a look at the buys, Kennen went back for an Amp Tome. And he did put a ward down, which is good. So he'll be able to see if Hecarim decides to come back for round 3. And Nidalee has already hit 6, well past it already, and she'll have that Cougar form now. It's going to be very hard to catch her now, even with Kennen's Lightning Rush. Again, Ezreal hitting mostly the Ezreal hitting primarily the shield, but I believe Ezreal should be able to ult this, but no. Just a bad shot right there. Unfortunate. But Lee Sin doesn't see that he's about to get triple teamed right here. This is not good. Kennen's teleport is available though, so he could turn if they decide to dive this, but I don't think they are. Yeah. Unfortunate. If Kha'Zix had been there sooner, that probably would have been a kill. But, and also Lee Sin was not 6 yet, so Ezreal probably could have played up a little harder on that. Didn't have to worry about the big ulti damage from Lee Sin. But yeah, an unfortunate trade right there for the purple team. They traded the 80 carry for the support. That's usually never worth it. But Ezreal still hasn't gone back to buy though, and that's very, very big. He's only recalling now, so this is going to give purple team free reign on that bottom turret. Hecarim is nowhere near to help Sona, so Sona's just going to have to hug the tower and not get hit like that. One more shot. Ouch. And again, that Janna shield, just taking full advantage of it, negating the tower shot essentially. And speaking of not backing to buy, Nidalee, I believe, also hasn't gone back. Yeah, she's sitting on 2k gold, so she's gonna want to go back soon. Holding the lane is all well and good, but you never want a nice catch by Hecarim. That is definitely gonna be a dead Ori. If he, yeah. Even with the ultimate, just the ignite damage, just too much. And what you'll notice that Hecarim did was that he ultied first and then used his E to kind of get in front of him and then knock it backwards. So very, very nice. Well executed. Lee Sin almost getting killed right there, manages to get away. Luckily the creep wave was there, he had something to W to. But yeah, as I was saying, it's good and all to hold the lane, make sure that your opponents don't get any free push on your tower, but keeping up with items is also very important. Because at the moment, yes, Nidalee is doing okay, but because Kennen has a Haunting Guise now up on her to her Fairy Charm, she can't fight him. And Nidalee knows that, so she's in a very bad spot right now. As Remstar's continuing to harass that Sona. And it looks like Lee Sin wants to go for this. Nice Q over. Ezreal can't do Nathan's hot dogs about that, just has to watch it happen. And we'll see if they want to go for the dive. Probably not, because they're going to be stuck in a 3-on-3. Orianna should be coming down though. Oh no, she's actually not. She's just going to stay in mid. A lot of focus going down onto Vayne, but she flashes over, no problem. And Orianna will get some free push on the tower. Nice tumble away from the Ezreal ulti right there. And again, Nidalee makes it back to the tower after buying, but it is too little too late. The damage has been done. Staying in lane for that long with just a Fairy Charm really let Kennen play up on her tower. So well done by Rhymenoceros taking the first tower of the game. And we'll see what happens next. Still hasn't used the teleport. If anything, he might have used it to get back to lane, but he hasn't been using it on the map for ganks or counter ganks. So we'll see what he chooses to do with it. He might just want to keep split pushing. Teleport very powerful if you want to just split push. Oh, some big aggression by Lee Sin, and he's gonna pay for that. He is going to pay for that. Very poorly chosen time to Q in. He should have just took the first part and just walked away. Must have not seen Hecarim there. So right now, 4-2. The gold, though, is in the advantage of Taylor Swift fan club, up 17.3 to 16k. And a lot of it just is in the CS. I mean, if you look at the CS now, the leads have kind of ballooned. 87 to 104, 72 to 116. The only CS that's going even, if anything, is the jungle and the mid. And considering how big of a lead that Kha'Zix had, the fact that Orianna was staying even in CS is not a good look. Not a good sign. So it just goes to show how important basic mechanics are. So every last hit that you miss is just gold lost for your team. Can't afford to miss any. Okay, so Kha'Zix now with double buffs. Finally hitting level 11 so he can evolve his wings, get the jump reset going. Very, very strong on Kha'Zix, of course. It's one of the reasons why he's so powerful in team fights. If he gets that one kill, you can just keep jumping from target to target. It's just hard to keep track of him. But it does look like all 5 members of Ima Hero are coming down for the dragon. Kennen does have the teleport though, but with the pink, they did manage to clear all the wards around the dragon. So this should be theirs. It doesn't look like Taylor Swift's gonna get there in time. Remstar's ulting in. I don't know about that. Nice crescendo comes across, catches 2. Remstars is dead. Beautiful shockwave comes down, catches the 3 members, and Kennen will teleport in finally. And just the positioning of everything. Whoa, Nidalee, whoa. What are you doing? That's 4 members, and that's gonna be an ace. They are definitely gonna get this, yes. So Orianna just picked up 4 kills in that whole mess. So basically, they did get the dragon though, so that's not the worst thing that could have happened to them, but it did give Taylor Swift some much needed gold and momentum. Gold that they couldn't afford to give away. It's just, if Orianna was behind, she ain't behind now. Those 4, that triple kill plus the extra kill at the end, plus the double buffs, oh my goodness. They had a plan, obviously, Ima Hero did. They wanted Vayne, and they wanted her badly. They got her, but at what cost? And that's just the superior team fighting by Taylor Swift. By the time that they blew everything on Vayne, they had no answer for Kennen or Orianna. The fact that Orianna even survived long enough to get off the shockwave was surprising. I mean, granted, she did get out with very little health. All the surviving members of Taylor Swift's fan club got out with little health, but yeah, they just had to burn everything on Vayne just to make sure that she died. And even then, it wasn't enough to win the fight. Hecarim looking like he wants to go hard right here. Not gonna happen. Orianna doing a ton of damage now. She has her needlessly large. And she's been sitting on that Seeker's arm guard for the armor, of course, against Kha'Zix. And she is stacking up a tier on top of that, so she's looking pretty good now. And it looks like Vayne has opted for the Bloodthirster as Nidalee getting jumped up top. Nice ward through to cut her off. Oh, kicks him out of the Kennen ult. I don't like that. As Hecarim goes man mode against 2 people. Max range spear misses, but Kha'Zix is there to scare them away. And yeah, that's going to be the end of that. Everyone's just going to say, okay, reset. No harm, no foul right there. Unfortunate miscommunication from Taylor Swift. So 2 big ults were burned right there. Could be a window of opportunity for Ima Hero to do something. As it stands right now, the tower count is 2-1 in favor of the purple team. The only tower down for them is the mid, but that's still a very important tower. As we see Hecarim looking to go for a chase, but just too much disengage. You have the tornado knock-up, you have Janna's innate speed passive, plus the condemn knockback, and then if you really need it, the monsoon for even more displacement. It's just going to be so hard to get to Vayne. Hecarim's going to have to ult if anything. Hecarim trying to come around from the side, trying to be funny, but it looks like he's going to pay for it with his life. Oh, actually, no, oh, I thought that the crescendo would have bought him enough time. And Remstars is just juking the hell out of this team. No Nidalee spear. Remstars will walk away. He will just walk away. And he'll pick up the condemn knockback on to Kha'Zix. Very nicely done. Knocked him into the wall, through the wall. Very stylish. And oh, again, another miscalculation on the kick. May have saved Nidalee. Yeah, Nidalee's definitely got away here. That speed boost to the brush is going to be too much. And while all this is happening, that teleport on Kennen, even though he doesn't have it up, it will be up soon. And he is just split pushing. Taking those objectives and just forcing people to come and stop him, which is just allowing easier and easier fights for the purple team. Alright, so the top inner is now down. The only turret left in that lane is the inhibitor turret. And yeah, just looking at the gold lead right now, almost a 6k gold lead. Just some real dominant performances right now being shown by Taylor Swift. Particularly by Rem. Rem has been doing a really good job of just juking and moving around into the right spots where he will live, even with the smallest of health. That BT, of course, giving him a lot of sustain in the fights as well. And a lot of it is also on the blue team, as Ezreal is getting juked by a lot of the same things twice. But you know, in the heat of a fight like that, sometimes even high-level players have bloopers like that. I see a lot of pink wards on the blue side in their inventories, but no oracles yet. Someone will probably want to try to get an oracles very soon. As we see Vayne just going crazy. Nice backstep by Ram to step away from the crescendo. Hecarim's not going to trot his way out of this. Oh, I'm sorry, not the crescendo. He actually walked into the crescendo, but yeah. So, as I said, if Taylor Swift fan club gets a lead, and they definitely have a lead, they don't even have to worry about using their ults or whatever for displacement. They can just go nuts right now. Vayne is significantly bigger than Ezreal, and I don't really think there are too many ways around it right now. They just have to go for Vayne. They can't. It's not an option anymore. I mean, before when Kha'Zix was really big, was like 3-0 over Orianna, they probably could have not worried about it as much. But now that Vayne is this big, they have no choice. They have to go for her right away. Kennen going to take a peek at the dragon, seeing that it's gone. No problem, he's out of there. And you'll notice that another thing is because Nidalee spent so much time in lane without shopping, that really delayed her Tear of the Goddess. So that means it's going to take that much longer for it to stack up. As we see Crud Monkey getting caught out, he will ward hop over. Kha'Zix going very hard for it, but nothing's really going to come of it. I think he should have just let it go. As we see, Rem's actually getting caught out in 4 people, using the invincibility from his tumble and the ult to try to juke, but not gonna happen. So with Vayne dead, Ima Hero does have a slight power play window, about 30 seconds, where they could try to shove up some lanes or try to get some gold for their team, but because Rhymenoceros has been pushing top so much, they're probably not going to be able to take that, and they're probably not even going to be able to take mid now either. They're just going to have to shove the wave up and then leave. Yeah. So, at the end of the day, Remstar's getting caught right there didn't really make that big of a difference. The dragon was also already down. Yeah, and I mean, this is kind of textbook team fighting right here. Like, they see that Ima Hero is all split, pushing all the lanes. So what does Taylor Swift do? They just group up and just take something with 3 or 4 people. Very smart. So that mid turret finally going down. That's really gonna hurt their Ima Hero's map control. So many more ways for them to get jumped now. Kha'Zix going back to pick up his Manamune. And oh, okay, it looks like, of course, Nidalee being Nidalee, having all kinds of spells to spam. The delayed tier, not that big of a difference, 24 minutes. Still has the Seraph's Embrace pretty early, definitely earlier than Kha'Zix has his Muramana. As we see Kha'Zix showing bottom, just to scare bot lane away, but I don't really think Remstars is too worried. Okay, this time, nice placement on the ult. Gets his full stun off. Nice juke on the Q, but the other Q is there to cover. As we see Ram finding a wild Sona, he'll help himself to that free kill. And with 2 dead now for Ima Hero, that's going to give Taylor Swift an opportunity to push up the lanes again, and they'll probably want to go back to buy. Taking a look at the gold count right now, yeah, they're sitting on a lot of money right now. They will come back with a huge power spike once they decide to shop. Nice kick backwards, right into the Kennen stun. Hecarim forced the ulti out, and he pops his ghost as well. Kha'Zix finally makes it over. Lee Sin gonna go down. Kennen gonna get exploded. So nice double kill picked up, but again, purple team not missing a beat, taking another objective while that's happening. So still a semi-trade. And I guess the silver lining for purple team is they get the shot finally. Kha'Zix trying to chase down Ori, but the burst damage is not what it once was. Orianna is now pretty strong. That shield's getting pretty big as well. And it looks like Nidalee has gone Spirit Visage, recognizing that there's a double AP solo lane. I really think she needs to if she is going AP Nidalee, which she most definitely is at this point, she's gonna need some more AP items ASAP. And speaking of AP items, Orianna now with that death cap, so that power spike. Vayne now has her core build now, that trinity of attack damage item, attack speed item, and the Last Whisper. And Janna also living large with those 11 assists. Can afford that locket of the Iron Solari, still sitting on the Philo. Sona forced to go double gold purrs, and still hasn't really bought a team item yet. And looking at Ezreal, man, Ezreal is just that one of the biggest problems with blue build Ezreal is if once you get behind, it's very hard to come back. And Vayne has hit that status where she has officially outscaled the opposing AD carry. And with just the Spirit of the Lizard Elder, doesn't even have Bloodthirster yet, or Blade of the Ruined King, or whatever he wants to build next. He's gonna be hard pressed to do anything in team fights. And with the amount of AoE CC and displacement that the purple team has, it's quite possible that Ezreal might not even get to do anything regardless. As we see Rem so confident, just playing up. Usually as the Vayne AD carry, they're usually in the back, but he understands the situation. Nice flash out of the Hecarim ulti, evading the CC, picks up the kill. And that slicing Maelstrom just ripping the blue team apart. Easy triple kill for Kennen. They're going to help themselves to this inner turret. And they have creeps coming. They could probably make a play on this inhibitor turret. Nidalee's trying to hold them off with spears, but they could quite easily dive her at this point. So yeah, and Rhymenosser's just walking over there to scare her off, making sure that she stays zoned, can't get the spears that she wants. Doesn't even care if he gets hit by the turret at this point. They're so far ahead. Almost a 10k gold lead. As they go back to buy, taking a look at the items now. Man, Kennen with an extra 2k on top of all he has. We'll see if he probably looking to finish his Rylai's next. Yeah, there it is. Ezreal comes across to check the dragon, but it is not there anymore. Purple team has already taken it. As we see Ima Hero making the call for the Desperate Barons. This is probably the best time for them to do it. They know that the purple team had to go back to buy, and they need to do this quickly. Luckily, Kha'Zix has a lot of damage right now. Ezreal also putting on a lot of damage, and they do get it. So, very, very nice call by the blue team. They do pick up the Baron, because if they hadn't done that, the purple team probably would have got it for free shortly after that. So with that Baron buff, we'll see if that makes a difference or not. Oh wow, as Kha'Zix backing in a very dangerous place. The ult's gonna hold him there, he's gonna have to stealth out. Oh, dodges the last Q, which would have been a crucial stun, but Kha'Zix going way too hard. Way too hard. He should have just counted his blessings and just went back. Now Kha'Zix is down, and with 8 of the team's 11 kills, he's pretty much all the team's damage. So now that he's dead, the Baron buff probably gonna matter. If the Baron buff even did matter at this point, it's definitely not gonna matter at this point. They're probably gonna take the top inhibitor turret. Kha'Zix still down for 15 seconds, and Ima Hero cannot afford to lose any more people. Okay, so Hecarim does decide to go in. Zhonya's popped. Nice Ezreal ulti time, but Vayne is just so huge right now. Kha'Zix does actually get to her though, so now we can see the resets coming. One more jump, but a nice stun from Kennen to peel them off. I don't know if he's gonna want to go for this. Yeah, that spear wasn't gonna hit. Kennen's lightning rush too fast, but a very nice turn from the blue team. Kha'Zix now with a GA knows that he needs to carry this game, so he has to be alive. He cannot afford to die. And Kha'Zix just needs to hit the turret. And we'll see. They can't even get the turret. It's like, man. Ezreal just... There, you can really see the lack of damage that the blue team has at this point. I mean, with Ezreal and Kha'Zix there, they should have been able to take that down. But the fact that even if the turret was at full health, which I'm sure it was, the fact that it took them so long to get it down to the point where Janna could go back and shield it before it went down really shows how much they're starved for damage right now. Nice Void Spikes to prevent that engage from Kennen right there. He probably could have took both of them. And looks like Nidalee is building towards a Sunfire cape. So she's kind of scrapping the full AP build and is going for a tankier build, it looks like. It could have been her intention all along, but we'll never know. So, minor throw right there from purple team. We'll see if that comes back to bite them or not. Whew, Ezreal cannot afford to get hit by those. Ezreal should honestly just try to back. He can't afford to stay at that low health. Weak or not, they do need his damage output. As we get the indication that the blue inhibitor will be up soon. So that Baron buff actually did pay more dividends than I gave it credit for. Ima Hero making me eat my own words. That Baron call definitely pretty big. Hecarim almost getting stunned right there. If he got stunned, that would have been go time. That would have been go time. 100%. Nidalee needs to keep poking with spears and trying to just get good chunks. Yeah, there you go. Force them back. Vayne does have a whole lot of lifesteal now, so she'll probably just go back and farm like a camp or so and she'll be fine. But if they can keep getting poked down before the initial fight starts, that's going to make Kha'Zix's job a lot easier.
'Cause 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 'Cause
Okay, so just passing the 35-minute mark. Scores 14-19. Pretty tense moment right here. This could be the make or break moment for Ima Hero. If they can prevent this push and win this fight that's coming up shortly. Oh, nice poke coming off of Orianna. Orianna does not have any way to heal back up her life, so she will probably have to leave. Yeah, and she's out. So with a 4v5 advantage now would be the time. Well, actually, Orianna did cancel her back, so purple team might still want to press this. And it looks like they're heading over to Ima Hero's blue buff just to check it, seeing that it's not up. And yeah, it looks like they're content. They're not ready to back up just yet. They want to keep pushing this. Hecarim is actually not with them right now, so he needs to hurry up and trot his way over there. They need to make sure they have all 5. And again, Nilly just needs to keep hitting people with spears. The more people that she can hit with spears, the faster they'll die from Kha'Zix. And right now, Orianna is at half, Janna is at about 3/4. So, still not sure if Taylor Swift fan club wants to commit to this. Okay, so finally, Taylor Swift fan club is calling it off, saying, okay, this is not working. Let's just go back by and reset. The Baron buff has indeed expired, so it will be up once again for contention, and that might be the next point where we see a big fight break out. Yeah, and it has just respawned at around 37:15. So both teams making a beeline for that. Want to make sure that they get as much vision out there as possible. An Oracle is finally coming out from Hecarim, which is going to be really good. He missed that ward actually right there. Okay, now they see it. And again, the name of the game is, can they get to Vayne? Can Kha'Zix get his resets? As Hecarim initiates, a very nice shockwave command goes down. Hecarim forced the ulti out of the fight. That is really bad. So, Taylor Swift fan club getting the initiation that they wanted. Ghost getting popped, but doesn't matter. Vayne's chasing power, too strong. And that is most definitely going to be the game. They have a minion wave coming in. They have 5 people versus their 3. Kha'Zix is still alive with the GA, but I don't think that's going to be enough at this point. As Janna pops her ulti just to keep everybody healthy. Yeah, this is definitely the game. There's nothing that Nidalee or Kha'Zix can do to fend this off. So it will be a good game to Taylor Swift fan club getting that crucial catch at the Baron to take game 1.